Good morning, children. In previous class we had learnt about the chemical properties of acids. In today's class we are going to learn chemical properties of bases. Let's see the first chemical property, the reaction with metal. Metal reacts with concentrated solution of base to form salt of two metals containing oxygen and hydrogen gas is released. Okay, here when metal reacts with the concentrated solution of a base, okay, salt of two metals containing oxygen is formed. Along with this formation of compound, this salt, hydrogen gas is released. Here release of hydrogen gas is checked by bringing the matchstick, okay, lit matchstick, so that when that lit matchstick is brought near to this gas, we'll see that pop sound. Okay, let us see examples for this kind of reaction. Okay, here zinc is the metal. It reacts with sodium hydroxide. It reacts with sodium hydroxide and it forms sodium zincate and hydrogen gas is released. Okay, see here this hydrogen. Okay, this hydrogen is released in the form of hydrogen gas, and remaining this zinc and sodium and this oxygen will combine and they will form this sodium zincate. It is a salt and it contains two metals. One here, in this case sodium is one metal and zinc is another metal. Along with these two metals, one oxygen is present. Okay, it is a salt of two metals containing oxygen. Okay, so we'll see next example. Zinc, it reacts with potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is also base. On reacting with potassium hydroxide, it forms potassium zincate. Remember, see here, this hydrogen, here two hydrogen atoms are there and they will combine and they are released in the form of hydrogen gas, and remaining two potassium metal atoms and these two oxygen atoms, they will combine with this zinc and they will form potassium zincate. Okay, so potassium zincate is the salt formed here and hydrogen gas is released in this case. Again we will see, this is aluminium metal. It reacts with this sodium hydroxide and water. Okay, usually we are using the water as a solvent here. So here sodium aluminate is formed along with liberation of hydrogen gas. Okay, here this hydrogen, okay, hydrogen is released in the form of hydrogen. Okay, it is released in the form of hydrogen gas, and this aluminium, this sodium and oxygen, they will combine and they will form sodium aluminate. It is the salt containing two metals along with oxygen. We will see some more examples for this kind of reaction. See here, aluminium. Aluminium reacts with the potassium hydroxide. Okay, here water is taken as a solvent and it forms potassium aluminate. In previous class we have used sodium hydroxide. Here we have used potassium hydroxide. So here potassium aluminate is formed along with the liberation of this hydrogen gas. Okay, here this hydrogen, okay, two hydrogen atoms, they are eliminated in the form of hydrogen gas, and this aluminium, this potassium and this oxygen, they will combine and they will form potassium aluminate. Okay, this is the first chemical property of bases. Let us see second chemical property, that is reaction with acids. Okay, base reacts with acid and they will form salt and water. This kind of reaction is also known as neutralization reaction, because base neutralizes the acid and acid neutralizes the base. Therefore, this kind of reaction is known as neutralization reaction. So, when this base and acid they reacts, they will form salt and water. Okay. Let us see examples for this kind of reaction. This calcium hydroxide is a base. It reacts with the acid. Here the acid taken is nitric acid. Here the acid taken is nitric acid. This calcium hydroxide is a base and it reacts with nitric acid to form calcium nitrate and water. Calcium nitrate is the salt. Calcium nitrate is the salt. So see here, this calcium combines with the nitrate. Here 2NO3. Here 2NO3. These two nitrates will combine with calcium and they will form calcium nitrate. Okay. Remaining this hydrogen, 2 hydrogen and 2 OH. Okay. They will combine and they will form water. Let us see next example. Here magnesium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. This magnesium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid and it forms magnesium sulfate and water. See here, this magnesium metal, okay, this is metal hydroxide. Okay, here metal is magnesium. Magnesium reacts with the sulfate which is present in the sulfuric acid. This magnesium reacts with this sulfate present in sulfuric acid. Okay, this magnesium and this sulfate will combine and they will form magnesium sulfate. Okay, and remaining this 2 hydrogen and this 2 OH2 will combine and they will form water. Water is formed. We will see next example. Here this is aluminum hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Okay. Here this aluminum metal reacts with the chlorine, okay, which is present in hydrochloric acid. See here 3 chlorine atoms are there. This one aluminum will react with 3 chlorine atoms. Okay, will react with 3 chlorine atoms and it will form aluminum chloride. Okay, remaining this water is formed by these 3 hydrogen. Okay, actually here 3 hydrogen, 3 chlorine atoms are there. 3 chlorine atoms will combine with this aluminum. And it will form aluminum chloride. Aluminum chloride is a salt. Okay, and this 3 hydrogen will combine with these 3 OH and they will form water. Let us see next example. Zinc hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and water. So here also zinc is a metal. It reacts with the sulfate of the sulfuric acid. Here sulfuric acid is taken and this zinc metal combines with the sulfate which is present in sulfuric acid. And it will form zinc sulfate. Okay, zinc sulfate, it is a salt. Okay, remaining this hydrogen and this OH will combine and they will form water. Okay, next we will see this is ferric hydroxide. It reacts with hydrochloric acid. So here this iron will react with chlorine which is present in the hydrochloric acid. Okay, this iron will combine with the 3 chlorine atoms which is present in hydrochloric acid and it will form ferric chloride. It is a salt and this 3 hydrogen and this 3 OH will combine and they will form water. Okay, actually this neutralization reaction are always exothermic reactions. Okay, here when acid and bases they react, they will release the heat energy. As a result, these neutralization reactions are always exothermic reaction. Okay, let us see last chemical property, reaction with non-metallic oxide. Okay, when base reacts with the non-metallic oxide, actually what happens, acids they reacts with the metallic oxides, but base they will react with the non-metallic oxide and they will form salt and water, because here these non-metallic oxides they are acidic in nature. These non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. When these non-metallic oxides, they are dissolved in water, they will form acids. Okay, they will form acids. Therefore, these non-metallic oxides, they are acidic in nature. When this non-metallic oxide reacts with the base, they will form the products salt and water, similar to that of reaction between acid and bases. Okay, in case of acid base reaction, okay, salt and water are the products. Here also same products are formed, because this non-metallic oxide is acidic in nature. When this non-metallic oxide reacts with base, it forms salt and water. Let us see example for this kind of reaction. This is calcium hydroxide is base, and this carbon dioxide is a non-metallic oxide. Okay, this is carbon is non-metal though, so this carbon dioxide is a non-metallic oxide. When this calcium hydroxide base reacts with the non-metallic oxide, it will form calcium carbonate and water. Okay, so here from this, okay, one oxygen will combine with this CO and it will form CO3, and this CO3 will combine with calcium. Here calcium carbonate is formed along with formation of water. Okay, these non-metallic oxides, they are acidic in nature, because when non-metallic oxides are dissolved in water, they will form acids. For example, when carbon dioxide is dissolved in water, it will form carbonic acid. It will form carbonic acid. Okay, actually that of metallic oxides, okay, metallic oxides, they are basic in nature, because when metallic oxides are dissolved in water, they used to form alkalis. Children, remember, this ammonium hydroxide is the only alkali solution that does not contain any metallic ion. Okay, see here in examples you have seen number of bases: calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide, zinc hydroxide, ferric hydroxide. Okay, but this ammonium hydroxide is a base, but this ammonium hydroxide do not contain any metal, any metallic ion in this nitrogen, hydrogen, they are non-metals. This is the only base which is not having any metallic ion. Remember this. Okay, this ammonium hydroxide is the base which is not having any metallic ion. So children, let us solve one example based on these chemical properties. Metal compound A reacts with the dilute HCl. Okay, let us see. We will write this. Metal compound A reacts with dilute HCl, to produce effervescence. Effervescence means release of carbon dioxide gas is released. Okay, effervescence means small gaseous particles will come when this acid is added to carbonates. When acid is added to metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates. When acid is added to metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates, carbon dioxide gas is released. Okay, and effervescence means I will send that photo in WhatsApp, and then only you will understand. Okay, look, a metal compound A reacts with dilute HCl to produce effervescence. Effervescence produced mean, if effervescence is produced means obviously here carbonate is present, and this carbonate, this effervescence, okay, effervescence is due to the release of carbon dioxide gas. Okay, it is due to the release of carbon dioxide gas. Okay, the gas evolved extinguishes burning candle. Okay, we know that combustion or burning will takes place only in presence of oxygen. See here, gas evolved extinguishes a burning candle. It means carbon dioxide gas is capable of extinguish the burning candle because it is not supporter of burning or combustion. Oxygen gas is the supporter of burning or combustion. Okay, therefore the gas evolved extinguishes a burning candle. It means it is the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction if one of the compounds formed is calcium chloride. They have given one of the product, that is calcium chloride. Chemical formula of calcium chloride is CaCl2. Okay, now see here. So we have to find out the metal A, that is metal compound A, and we have to write the balanced chemical equation. A metal compound A reacts with the dilute HCl to produce effervescence. Actually we don't know what is metal compound A. That's why we have written metal compound A. It reacts with dilute HCl. Okay, to produce effervescence. Effervescence is produced when carbon dioxide gas is evolved. Effervescence will be observed only when carbon dioxide gas is evolved. Okay, here the gas evolved extinguishes burning candle. It means oxygen gas is the supporter, but this carbon dioxide gas is responsible for, it is not supporter of the burning or combustion. Therefore obviously the gas released will be carbon dioxide. Also they have given that one of the compounds formed, or they have given the product formed in this reaction, that is calcium chloride. Now we have to find out this metal compound. Okay, actually here the metal compound is here calcium chloride, calcium carbonate. Okay, here see here metal compound A will be calcium carbonate. So we will now we will write the balanced chemical equation for this reaction. Okay, see here calcium carbonate, it is solid. When it reacts with the hydrochloric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid, it forms calcium chloride. Along with this it forms carbon dioxide, also water is produced. Okay, see here, now we have written the chemical equation. Now we have to balance this chemical equation. See here calcium 1, calcium 1. See here in this chlorine atoms, 2 chlorine atoms are there, but in this in a reactant side only 1 chlorine is there. So here we have to multiply by 2. So now count the chlorine atoms. Here 2 chlorine, here also 2 chlorine. Calcium is balanced and chlorine atoms are balanced. Now we have to balance the carbon. See, in reactant side only 1 carbon is there, in product side also 1 carbon is there. Okay, next we will see this carbon dioxide, this oxygen. Okay, here 3 oxygen in a reactant side, 3 oxygen. In product side what happens? Here 2, here 1. Total 3 oxygens are there. So calcium, carbon, oxygen are balanced, and also chlorine atoms are balanced. Now we have to balance the hydrogen. In reactant side 2 hydrogen atoms are there. In product side also 2 hydrogen atoms are there. Now the reaction is completely balanced. So the balanced chemical equation for this reaction is, see here calcium carbonate, it is a solid. It reacts with the hydrochloric acid, it is aqueous or it is liquid. Okay, to form calcium chloride, it is aqueous solution. and this carbon dioxide, it is gas, and this is water, it is a liquid. This is the balanced chemical equation for this problem. Like this we have to solve the problems. In next class we will see how acids and bases are having common properties. Okay.